to move the money.
Subways, not bombs. Schools, not endless wars. Housing, not nuclear missiles. Health care for all, including our veterans. It's very simple. I'll start with the words of President Eisenhower in the 1960s. Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and are not clothed.
Yes.
That is from the 60s, warning our country against the dangers of a bloated military budget. That's why I'm introducing a New York City Council resolution calling on Congress, calling on President Biden to move the money away from the military budget in order to fund social services and to hold in-depth public hearings on the basic needs of residents, needs that are going unmet because our federal government spends too much money on the military and not enough on everything else.
Yes.
Right. Funded and prioritized. According to the National Priorities Project, New York City residents' federal tax dollars accounted for $29.3 billion of the U.S. military budget back in 2021. And we know it's gone up a lot since then. Our city's leadership cannot be silent about this betrayal of our people. It's time to move the money.
The federal government sends us, and very often they say they don't have the money, but they do, because they have closing in on $1 trillion at some point to spend on military spending while people are suffering. This nation, wealth gap and poverty mirrors some of the worst numbers in developing countries. We cannot have the super ultra wealthy without someone suffering because of that. And as we're having conversations of what keeps people safe, we know what helps keep people safe. It's access to housing, it's access to health care, mental health services, good food, good schooling. And we have to be able to pay for those things for people especially who are getting subpar wages. You can't have all this money in war while people are suffering. And to my Democrats in the White House, in Congress, let's see the difference between being a Republican and a Democrat, not just in word, in action. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much.
In the nation, we have long advocated a significant reduction in the Pentagon budget. The Pentagon, in the latest National Defense Appropriations Act, which will be voted on in the House this week and the Senate next week, is going to get $858 billion. Yes, it was $801 billion when we first drafted the resolution, and you can see what happened. They add $5 billion here and $10 billion there.
It's inflation.
It's $858 billion, or well over 55% of federal discretionary spending. That's the money outside of Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. The discretionary budget is what Congress gets to make decisions on, what it will fund and not fund. In theory, we're a wealthy enough country to have both guns and butter, as LBJ promised us we could in the 60s. Well, since Vietnam, we have learned that it just doesn't work that way. Not because we don't, in theory, have that money, but for political reasons. They make trade-offs, and when the Pentagon gets more, the needs of our communities are shortchanged.
When Barack Obama was president, he didn't move the money. That's right. When Trump was president, he moved the money from us to more for them. And now that Biden is in office, he's not moving the money.
He's moving it to Ukraine.
So when we have these press conferences and rallies, we got to put pressure on those who profess to be for the people, when in fact they're for the capitalist system And we must remind them that capitalism has gone mad. And let me get y'all in trouble with me. Revolution is the solution.